What's up, team? Dr. Eagle here. All right, so this is the exercise chart. I just printed it out. I would highly recommend printing it out because then you can kind of cross through it, you know, that kind of thing, help keep track and stuff like that. But just want to quickly go through. So the warm up, we'll go through that section. You have the neck, wrists, and ankle rotations. You know, that's thinking about just kind of letting your body flow. You want to get the rotations going. Just kind of get your ankles and your wrists and stuff like that. You can also do your neck as well. So what you're looking for is you're looking for nice slow movements. Don't go too crazy, be like, whoa, you know, like don't freak out, but just really just kind of feel the muscles opening up and loosening as you go. So neck, wrists, and ankles. And then of course we're gonna go to the next stage here, which is march in place. That's just gonna get your blood flowing a little bit more. Obviously, you know, you're gonna be just kind of like marching into place. Really kind of a precursor to like high knees. Don't want to necessarily tire you out while you're warming up, but you want to just get that continual movement going so that your blood flow will increase and stuff like that. And then so it's kind of a little bit of a full body kind of warm up as well. And then just get your mindset ready for the workout. So that's what it's meant for. So then we go straight into wide arm circle. So when you're standing again, you're gonna have your arms out. And then you're gonna go nice and wide. This is another one of those things that you don't want to go too fast on. You really want to feel every kind of degree of the rotation. And then, you know, you can start out slow. And this is something you want to watch out for if you don't have that great shoulder kind of mobility in the back position. Just try to make sure that you can kind of move in the direction that you can go, and don't try to go, you know, too much momentum towards the back can sometimes mess you up. So be careful with that. But for the most part, you should be able to just get those arms moving and make sure you're doing a nice rhythmic deep breaths, nice throughout the warm-up process here. Then you're gonna move into standing obliques. Standing oblique twists. This is important because you want to basically move with the core. And then also you want to make sure that you twist your bottom of the body a little bit at the top. So, it's gonna look like this a little bit. So let me back this up for a second. Okay, and then raise it up. Yep. I'm gonna get that face in there for a little bit for you guys. All right, here we go. So this is gonna be the oblique twists, and then we'll move on to the mindful breathing. All right, so you're gonna be up here. So the obliques, you really wanna twist here. Don't move your hands. See how like I'm doing a little bit of twisting here with my hands moving, but you really wanna move with your core and let your arms just kind of be T-posed the entire time. So you just wanna keep your arms out here and then put your mind where there is, and then when you get to the, you know, the apex, you know, you can just kind of like touch the top, you know, it's like, so this kind of thing. So you want to do that. So you really put your mind on your core and not necessarily your hands. So that's a very, if you're doing anything oblique twisting, you actually don't have to, you know, like especially when you're doing like Russian twist, you know, you don't necessarily need to have your feet up if you are thinking that's going to do more for your workout. If your feet are up, but you're actually moving your hands and not your obliques, it doesn't matter. So you can put your feet down and then think about moving your core first and then touching the ground with the, anyway, you get the idea. All right, so that's standing oblique twists. That's like the precursor to kind of Russian twists, which are great for the obliques. So if you can just stand and then T-pose and then move your core, and then, so you don't want to have any shoulder rotation in that at all, per se. Really just focus a lot on the core moving. The mindful breathing at the end, just to kind of encapsulate that mind and muscle connection. I like to go for about a good solid 3 seconds, 2.5, 3 seconds of breathing in, and then going back down to that same rate of breathing out. So then I breathe in, hold it for about half a second. So 2.5, half a second, 3 second release. Doing this, you don't want to like really go. You're gonna hyperventilate. You're gonna get lightheaded, so like that. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want you want to take your normal breathing pattern that you just subconsciously do, but then you really want to just put your mind that you're doing it and then just hold it for a little longer. So most people, when they're just doing their normal things, they're probably breathing in and out about 1.5 seconds, you know, like that kind of thing. But you want to do that just a little bit more. So a good 2.5 seconds up, half second hold, 3 seconds down. Repeat that for about 60 seconds. And just think about that every time you're doing any of the workout. Try to breathe consistently through the workout. And then there's more technique on breathing that will come down later. But for the strength training part, so that was the warm up for the strength training part, we're gonna focus on, so squat plus the overhead reach. So it's an air squat, and then you're just, you know, reaching to the top. So it should look like a little bit like this. All right, let's see how it's going. All right, so you want to squat. When you squat, you're gonna feel the quads engage a lot during the whole transition, but go as deep as you can. That feels comfortable, that you're not gonna fall. We're gonna progressively get to the point where you can go deeper and deeper in your squat. So, you know, eventually if you can just do like a half squat, that's okay. Just do a couple more reps. If you have to do half squats, if you do the full squat, you're gonna go all the way down, and your butt's gonna be about 90 degrees. And then, of course, you know, you can go deep squat. You can just go all the way down. So don't worry about the deep squats right now. But if you can go for that full squat, 3 sets of 7 of those, that's perfect. But when you reach to the top, what you're gonna do is you're gonna be standing top. You're gonna try to go tippy toes, and you're gonna reach to the top. So you're gonna, there you go. So this is gonna help with a lot of the squat into the overhead touch kind of thing. It's gonna help a lot with your lower body, and as well as, so the calves are engaging as well as your quads. And then you're getting a little bit of that core stability kind of going into your toes and touching the top. So do the overhead reach at the very top of that if you can. So now, wall push-ups are meant to do a lot of the shoulders, the chest area, a little bit of the biceps and triceps, like everything that a normal push-up does, but you're only doing like 20% of your body weight or something like that. So the wall push-up is gonna look a little like this. So when you're against the wall, the amount of you're against the wall, the amount you lever will determine how much more weight you're gonna do. So if you're like really against the wall, I mean, you're gonna fall if you do it this way, but if you're against the wall like this much, you're basically doing a push-up on the ground. You're gonna do like 60 to 80% of your body weight. But if you're more angled in, you are doing about more 20% of your body weight, and you can do normal push-ups. So you're just doing push-ups against the wall. Like this. So find the angle that keeps you on the wall, doesn't obstruct the full range of motion. So you want to make sure you want to try to get farther away the wall. You're going to get a little close to your face, but get to about right here, just right before your chest area, and make sure that you're able to do that full range of motion. And like I said, if you're really close, just doing that motion, your muscles are going to get used to doing the motion. Even if you're at 10%, it's a very, very high angle. But if you angle just a little bit, that's what we're looking for. We want to make it to where it's kind of difficult for you on the 6th and 7th rep of each time you do it. So next is dead bug and Superman raises. Okay, so let's see if I can get this guy right there. So the dead bug, you guys probably seen that GIF that just set. Looks a little like this. So you get in position, try to put that lumbar on the ground if you can. And that just means so if you're normally sitting, you can see that there's a gap right behind my back, and I put my whole hand behind it. So to put that lumbar to the ground, you just take your butt into your hip and you rotate it like up towards you. And then now I have no gap. So, and then 90 degrees on the legs, boom. And then you can hold this. This is really good.
And if you want to start engaging more motion dynamic into that, then you want to alternate your hand and your leg into the full extending. Try not to touch the ground on either part. So don't touch the ground when you're doing it. I usually like to hold it for about a couple seconds and then rotate in. So do one side, and then call that one. And then keep going.
Okay. Superman raises. This is great exercise that is simple to do, but then it's hard to master, as well as improving your range of mobility once you get used to it and stuff like that. So it'll be a little difficult, but if you just put your mind on your back, like take it out of your head, put it in your back, you should be able to do these pretty well, and they should be able to scale up to the difficulty that you apply them to. So the Superman raises is going to do a lot of the back. So when you're here, you're against the ground, and then you lift up your you lift up your legs. Your glutes are going to engage. Your lower back's going to engage. You lift up the front of your body and your arms. Your mid and upper back, and even like your rear delts, like that's going to engage for that. So you really should. So just focus on like getting your feet up and your arms up like 6 inches off the ground. If you can do 6 inches, great. If you can do 8, even better. And then so once you get a lot more crazy, I've seen some people that are able to like, go above 10, 12 inches, which is, they become really flexible. But really just need, if you go for like 4 inches, 6 inches, 8 inches, like those are the incremental points you want to get towards. And then the glute bridge, so that's so Superman going into that, and then the glute's gonna engage as a glute bridge as well. A lot these go good for hip thrusters, stuff like that. Of course, making the glute look great. So you want to hold that.
You really want to squeeze the butt at the top, and then go back down.
So you should feel your mind. You should pivot on your back, like you shouldn't move any of your arms. It should lock you down. And then you should feel like your hips, just think of your hips going up, and then you'll be able to do the glute bridge pretty well. The wood chop and the inchworm taps. So the wood chopping is essentially, you'll be standing with a little oblique twist like we did before. Let me fix my camera. Gonna need a little height for this one. Okay, so this is the wood chop. So like wood chop, it's like wood chop, that kind of thing. So we're kind of doing it in a little reverse section. So when you come up for the axe, you're twisting with your oblique. Remember to like really twist with your core. And then when you get up to the top, twist. Can't really see it in the camera, so let me pull it down just a little bit. So you're gonna watch as your twist with your core, the oblique twist, and you follow along with a little bit of the motion of your hands, but then watch how the lower body moves as well. So, see the And so you can get a little more aggressive with it by going a little lower as well. Don't have to go too crazy with that, but just. So make sure that the bottom foot transitions. Make sure that bottom foot transitions, twist at the bottom kind of thing. So get that going. And the inchworm taps, those are going to be, they're going to look like this. Got to get real low for this one. Back it up. Okay. So you're basically going to be inchworming into a shoulder tap. So you're going to start here, start standing, and then you come down as far as you can. If you have to lean forward a little bit, that's fine. But just go into the inchworm, and then do a shoulder tap, and then inchworm back. And that's one. That's all you got to do. So make sure when you're standing, try to get as close by going straight down, pivoting on the hip, straight to the floor, and then just move towards that plank position. And you can hold it for like half a second, and then do a shoulder tap, and then inchworm back, and stand up, and then you'll be good for there. So that'll be all of the strength and training spot right there. All of them are 3 sets of 7. So we'll start off pretty simple with that. And then for the last parts, should be relatively easy to understand. The cardio is good to help get your cardiovascular up and running, and as well as getting that additional layer of fat burning going on there. So as long as you're doing a very strong accelerated walk, kind of mild jog, I know running and jogging could be a semi-medium impact for some people, so be careful on if you have any previous history with like your ankles and stuff like that and hurting like that. That's why I don't want to go too crazy right now, but as long as you keep a very accelerated walk, your heart rate's going to increase, your blood's going to be pumping, and that's what we want. We want a lot of that moving. So just go for about a good solid 15 minutes, and that'll be amazing. And then, so the seated single leg ham stretch, you guys kind of remember that maybe in gym class forever ago. You just have this guy going. And you don't have to go and touch your feet if you can't. Just kind of bring your straight back. You don't want to like punch over per se, but if you can do a straight back and then kind of lean forward a little bit, that's even better. Then you can really feel it down there. And just get both sides, and then you'll be good to go. And then Cobra stretch, of course, that's yoga, Pilates stuff. So this is going to open up your it's going to open up your core. So you want to get in this kind of almost locked out position, but just hanging. So you don't want to be fully locked. You just want to be hanging a little bit, and then kind of let your core drag, let it fall down to the ground, and then that will just really kind of let all that core just kind of open up, which is good. And then the piriformis stretch. That was the other. Why is that escaping me? All right, I'll send a separate piriformis stretch. I know that one's a good one. There was another name for it that I'm trying to remember. I don't know why that's blanking on me. I should have wrote it down. I should have wrote down another name. Yeah, so I'll link another piriformis stretch in there. But then, like I said, the cool down, mindful breathing. You want to get that back up and going again as well, just to clear out, hey, I ended my workout, congrats kind of thing. And so that should be it for today for this exercise chart. So if you have any more questions on it and want me to showcase it again, let me know. Sorry it took 18 minutes, but I appreciate all of you guys. Bye.